Hey everyone, welcome to NASCAR Thurn 2004, for real this time. I know last week we did the Clash, but this week is for real. Today, we are going to start a new journey on this game. This year, we're going to do the Busch Series schedule. Well, the current schedule in real life, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We're going to follow that schedule. And I explained it last week, so if you saw the class last week, go check it out, because I explained it perfectly. I did miss a couple things. I'll go over them in this video before we start the actual race. So, we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to do season. We're going to do brand new, nice and fresh. And I explained it last week. It's going to be custom, ledge difficulty. It's going to be core distance races this time. I know last year I did 10, but I thought about it at the end of last year when I did the Chase with the Cup to do core distance races, since I struggled to try to finish that when I did the 10 race schedule. This year we're going to do a full season schedule. So, unlimited fuel tires, quick repair, so that it gives me a chance to keep going in the race. The only time I'm going to DNF, which I didn't last year, is if I run out of gas. We didn't DNF last year, and hopefully we don't do it again this year. Cautions will be on, of course, and then I gotta do the schedule. I did post on the community tab a couple times, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But we're gonna keep going. Alright, so I just got the schedule in place. We'll take a look at it again. Again, like I said, it's the same one as the community tab, so if you guys haven't seen the community tab, go check it out. I will post the official dates on there, but again, this is just like the community post. 33 races. So there it is. So we're gonna hit continue. Yep. And the driver we're going to race as you saw last week, it's going to be Ron Hornaday, so that's what we're going to race as. And there we are. We're here in Daytona. Again, it's going to be the same thing as always, just like last season. And we only got one paint scheme. Like I said, it's the same as always. And this year, we only got one paint scheme, so we can't literally change our car. We only got one car. And yeah, guys, ready for the quick start. I'm going to say my progress. The one thing I forgot to say, in last week's Clash, which by the way we ended up second to Boob, who won the 500 last year, I am going to allow myself to make adjustments as the race goes on. Luckily, we don't have to worry about doing it here because it's a super speedway. But every race, if I need to make adjustments, I'm going to. But like I said last week, I have to start every race with default setup, and we are going to start in the back of the field. So that's the thing to keep an eye on, and I'm tired of waiting. I've been waiting all winter to make this video and to start a new season. I did some preparations this time because last year was like a last minute idea. But this year, we had some practice. I prepared for this one race, and I'm tired of waiting. Let's get the party started and have MRN take it away.
Well, here we are at the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. This track is known by everyone, race fan or not, but for these race teams, it's a glory all its own when you can get a win here.
Well, you're right. To have your name mentioned as a former winner here at Daytona puts you on a list of some drivers that these guys have admired since they were kids.
In 2002, Matt Kenseth led all drivers with 5 wins.
Unfortunately, he also has had 10 races where he finished 30th or worse. If they can just get some consistency, he will be a threat for the championship.
Jeff Green might not be a household name, but he's had a lot of success recently in stock cars.
But, you know, there's no doubt. He won the Busch Series championship in 2000 by over 600 points, and he's finished runner-up in that series to a couple of talented guys with the names of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kevin Harvick.
Ron Hornaday has struggled so far in his NASCAR Winston Cup career, but as his past racing experience shows, he could turn things around at any moment.
Could be today. You never know. Alright, looks like we got Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson on the front row. Let's see where everybody else starts.
Starting out front are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the Lowe Chevrolet. Starting in row 2 will be the 6 car and the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. In row 3 are the Sterling Marlin Dodge and the Rubbermaid Sharpie Ford. In row 4 are the Singular Wireless Chevrolet and the Home Depot Chevrolet. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the DuPont Chevrolet and the Motorcraft Ford. The 6th row has the Alltel Dodge and the Citgo Ford. In row 7 are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the UPS Ford. Starting the race from row 8 are the Interstate Battery Chevrolet and the Valvoline Pontiac.
Last year's winner in 15th.
And in row 9 are the Haviland Dodge and the DeWalt Power Tools Ford. Starting in row 10 will be the Pennzoil Chevrolet and the Stacker 2 Dodge. In row 11 are the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the 4-car. In row 12 are the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. Row 13 finds the Target Dodge and the Hooters Ford. The 14th row has the O2 car and the America Online Chevrolet. In row 15 are the Tide Pontiac and the M&M's Ford. Starting the race from row 16 are the Kellogg Chevrolet and the Granger Ford. Row 17 has the 57 car and the U.S. Army Pontiac. Starting in row 18 will be the Autobahn Ford and the Georgia Pacific Dodge.
Hi, Mark.
In row 19 are the Caterpillar Dodge and the Cheerios Dodge. In row 20 are the Zero car and the BAM Racing Dodge. Back in row 21 we have the Civil Air Patrol Chevrolet and the 27 car. And rounding out the field is the ACDelco Chevrolet.
All right, the wait is finally over. Let's get the season started.
All the preparation is over. It's game time. Green flag in the air. 43 cars, side by side, 2 by 2, race off to the corner.
All right, the season is finally underway here in the Daytona 500. Remember last week we ended up second in the Clash, so hopefully we get a good run, but it gave us some practice laps of how we're going to do in this one, and this is a longer race. But in this one, we're going to have to build some friendships in this one, because this is a longer race, so we're going to need to get some help to get to the front of the field. Like I said, I did a lot of practice for this, so I'm hoping we do better. But we'll see. Hopefully all the prep will pay off. But again, it's going to be a long race. Anything can happen. Just got to have some patience. The two-tire strategy may come into play. We'll have to wait and see. It just depends on how the race plays out. I really want to try to be fair with everyone. It looks like contact up here. And we're going to complete lap 1 Daytona. It looks like some early accidents happened, but we're getting a lot of positions here. It looks like we're going to be behind Sadler as we are in 30th place. Might be able to drive with Sadler to catch those guys. And he's trying to move up, trying to make my life a little harder. Oh, don't make contact with my teammate here. Oh, well, I kind of did. And we're up to 29th. All right, me and Elliott Sadler have ran this other group down. I want to get a friend with Elliott Sadler here. Hopefully, it'll happen here. Bill, there it is. Building friends in this race is going to be key because we're going to have to race against these guys all year long. And these races are tougher. So building friends in this one's going to be very important if we can. And obviously this track's helped out a lot. And hopefully Sadler will get by Brett Bodine here. He's trying to get in front of him. I'm trying to move him down a little bit. Hopefully we can get by the 11. Looks like we might be able to. Here we go. This will be for 27th and 28th place. As we are catching that little group. So far we're doing good. As soon as we got by Steve Park, we're able to get up to the field pretty good or catch up this group without a problem. And looks like we got a little bit of group, or a little gap between the next group. So, but we're gonna try to have as much patience as we can. Maybe try to build some friends. If we're struggling, like if we're losing time to leaders, I might have to go with rights. That happened last night in one of my practice races. In my practice race for this, it happened last night where. I was like in the 20s, around this spot. I was 9 seconds back. We weren't going anywhere. So then I decided to make the gamble to go with rights on the first stop. And it actually worked. I got up to, I think it was 3rd. And we were able to work up to the 5th. Here we go, 3 wide. Thank you, Elliott Sadler. Oh, okay. Almost made contact. We're on the apron there, but we're up to 23rd. Looks like Elliott Sadler and I are working really well. Let's go catch that group. We're doing well right now.
Got one outside. Oh, yeah. Right pass, buddy.
Underneath Sadler here, Giant Benson is really holding us up. We were on pace to run the front pack down, but Elliott Sadler keeps holding me up. Maybe we'll try to work with Benson and see if we can catch that front pack, because Giant Benson was holding Sadler up, and we weren't able to get up to them. So I had to ditch Sadler, unfortunately, but maybe we'll see if we can get up there with Johnny Benson, because we're almost up there. We're almost 10 laps in. We're already about to get on the dance floor and run that front pack down, so I don't like it when he runs up here. This happens a lot in practice, too. I really hate when they run the outside, so I'd rather have them run the bottom, because the bottom is the fastest way around the racetrack. That's why Elliott Sadler and I were able to do so well. We were able to run the bottom, and we gained a lot of time just by running the bottom of the racetrack. We were like 3.5 seconds back, and now we're 4 seconds back, so maybe if I lay up here a little bit, maybe let Benson to the bottom and not Sherdraft in the corners. Here we go. See if that helps, but let's see if we can catch that main pack up there. All right, Benson and Ben's trying to block me. We have ran this little group down, and now let's see if I can get more friends. We're up to 20th. Now, hopefully, we're not that far behind the leaders, so if it stays like this, where if we maintain the distance, I might go with 4 tires on this first stop, and then we'll see what happens there. And if we're too far behind the leader, we might go with rights, but that happened last time I practice race, like I said, but we were like 9 seconds back, and I was somewhere around here in the teens, 20s. I was around here, and we were struggling to maintain distance. And yeah, I had to go with right side tires, and we gained a lot of track position just by doing that. But luckily, well, if you take right side tires, you're going to gain a whole lot of time either way. Jed Burns trying to block. I might as well let him go. Oh, no. Oh, almost made contact there. I messed up going to turn 3. We got very lucky. I might have to drive with Dale Jarrett. I might have messed up a little bit, but somehow we haven't lost a little bit of time to build, but I feel like I might have to drive one of these guys. We'll drive with Jarrett because I messed up a little bit going to turn 3. Luckily, I didn't mess up too bad. But now we got to work our way back out there. We're doing well so far. We're within striking distance of the leader by maybe like 5 seconds. So I feel like on this first stop, I might go with just a regular 4-tire stop. But like I said in last week's video, that I am going to do with the slower pit crew. That's the problem with me picking a Busch Series driver, is I'm going to do with the slower pit crew. So that's one of the challenges we're going to have to face all year long. Hopefully it don't buy us on the first stop, but you never know. Jed Byrne wants to run high side. Here we go underneath him. This will be for 18th, and we're going to get the spot. He wanted to run up high, like near the lines. I don't want to run up there, so I passed him. That might come back to bite me, because I don't have any drafting help. But I really don't like it when they run the outside. Like, why can't we just run the bottom? The bottom is fat. The bottom is the fastest way around the racetrack. But we're not that far behind them. I feel like I'm going to need some help again in order to get closer to them.
Hard side. Right rear tire's wearing down. We're off the pace. Everything okay?
I don't know, guys. I'm getting by Burn. I tried to let him by. Hopefully we'll gain some time. But he keeps running the outside, and I'm not going to lie, guys. I might have to gamble on this first stop and go with right side tires if this keeps happening. I might have to go with rights on the first stop just to get up there to have a chance to win this race, because if he keeps running up there, there's no way we're getting up there. So I feel like I'm going to have to gamble here if I really want to have a shot at winning this race. Yeah, a lot of cars are pitting. We're going to pit too. Try to get on a different strategy and get on those 2 tires, but luckily here, we can get that pit road hard, so we're going to do it here. Don't make any mistakes here, and we're going to go with rights. All right, here we go, right sides.
The driver now hits his mark as the crew jumps the wall to begin to service this machine. It's going to be a 2-tire stop. They're also going to add 1.5 cans of fuel. Everything looks pretty routine on this end of the pit. That's a clean stop. No mistake. Just what this team needed.
Pretty good, and we came out second by taking those 2 tires. We came out behind Junior. And again, this happened yesterday, or last time I practice race, where we weren't gaining any time, and I had to gamble on the first time, and we gained a lot of trap position, and it looks like history is going to repeat itself here. Off of turn 4, pit stops are cycling through. Looks like we're going to cycle on second, right behind Boob. Right now, we're trying to build his friendship up. He wants to run up high again. And now, if I lead a lap, I get 5 bonus points. The same thing last year. And he wants to run up there. I'm going to run the bottom, because I'm not dealing with it. Maybe I'll get back behind him. We'll see. But it looks like we're going to cycle on second, right behind Boot. And like I said, he won this race last season. So hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen this year, but hopefully I'll have an answer. And we're going to be in second place, right behind Boob. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to go for the lead and get those bonus points. And to the lead in Daytona. All because of that pit strategy.
That's 5 bonus points for leading the lap.
Beautiful scenes. I had to do that strategy because, like I said, we were losing time because Burton wanted to run up high. We were losing a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but a little bit of time. We were like 6 seconds back before pit stops. I was like, I'm going to go for the call. And here we are, leading the race. We were in third previously. Tried to drive with Jared to build that friendship up, and Boob also. But before you know it, that pack's going to catch both of us before you know it here. Alright, so a little bit of a different thing this year. So, obviously, as you guys see right now, we're going to be doing a live mid-race report where you guys are going to be seeing my face, and I'm going to be talking to you guys as the race is going on. As we see here, I am leading the race because I had to gamble to take 2 tires. We were moving up to the field pretty good. Obviously, we're starting back. We were able to work our way up, build some friendships with Elliott Sadler, Johnny Benson, Jeff Burton, a couple other guys. But as you guys saw, Jeff Burton wanted to run on the outside, and I was getting a little frustrated, as you guys saw in the video. So instead of me doing that a little longer in the second part of this run, I decided to gamble and put on right side tires on the first side. And like I said, this happened last time I practice race. And as you guys saw, it worked out really well. We were able to get behind Boob and cycle out behind him. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go for the lead, get those bonus points. And obviously, you see, we're leading the race right now. The car's handling great. And if things are going good, I might go with 4 tires on the last stop if things are going well, which obviously it's going well right now. But hopefully around lap 40 or so, when we make our final stop, we might be able to go with all 4 tires on the final stop of the race if things are going well here. So that is the Martin's mid-race report in Daytona. Here comes Grandpa to my outside, who I gave a lot of love last week at the Clash as well. And we're going to lose second to Jimmy Johnson, but that's okay. We got about 20 laps to go. We're not panicking. Well, I'm not panicking. We got 20 to go. Off turn 4, coming to the tri-oval. Here's the 20 to go on board.
Got the leader. Stay on his back bumper. 20 now. 20 laps to go.
Yeah, it looks like some of these guys are making their pit stops. Again, we could stay out a lot longer. Here we go into the Jimmy Johnson. Probably not the best idea. Tires are wearing out. If we stay up here, which I did in my practice race last night, I'm going to go with 4 tires just to be on the same strategy with everybody else. It looks like Grandpa's going to pit, so I'm going to go up high here because I think it's going to pit. So I'll go up high in case. I think he's going to hit pit row. He slowed up there, thinking he was going to pit. But it looks like I know him behind me here, and it looks like he's going to stay on the racetrack. But yeah, so far so good. That gamble to go with rights early in the race helped out a lot, because now we're up here. And now we're just maintaining track position, just staying up here. And like I said, if things go to plan, I'm going to go with 4 tires to be on the same strategy as everybody else. Because I don't know if my tires can make it that long. They probably will, but I'm not going to take that chance, and I'm praying for the crew to not mess up, as here we go for the lead on Grandpa. Like I said, I gave him a lot of love a week ago, and to the front in the Great American Race. Here comes Jimmy Johnson to my outside. Tony Stewart was coming, so I stayed on the bottom. And here comes Boob, last year's winner. It looks like his team might be final low. That's Jeff Gordon up there, who I think finished second to me last season. Don't make contact with Tony. We're going to stay right here. And we might as well push Boob to the lead. Last year's winner, I believe that's Jeff Gordon up there, who lost a lot of ground. I think he pitted with about 20 to go. I'm not sure, but like I said, I'm going to pit when everybody else pits, because I've said before in these games, or in every racing game, if if you pit by yourself, you're gonna lose a whole lot of time. I'm gonna slow KC gets held by Gordon. He didn't there. I thought that was gonna happen. Luckily it did. Oh, here comes shooting my inside. I'm gonna slow him up here. As we just lapped Gordon. Now if the yell comes out, he'll have to get his lap back the old way. Maybe it'll be me and push a Chevy teammate and make friends with Gordon. As here we go, back to the front. We're going to get Gordon his lap back. And back out front in Daytona. Looks like Boob's headed down pit road. Here comes Junior to the outside. This is for the lead in Daytona. 13 to go. Looks like Boob decided to come into the pits early. Whenever the leaders come down pit road, or most of the leaders come in, that's when I'm going to come in and make my final stop. And I do have plans to go with 4 tires. Looks like I can sneak up right behind Junior and just drive with him. We're close to getting that friendship up, so I'm going to try to get that friendship up. And maybe when he comes down pit road is when I'm going to come down pit road. But we're going to get this friendship up since he's an aligned teammate, if you will. Heading to 3 and 4. Looks like Dale Jr. is going to head down pit road. I'm going to pit 2. I'm going to go with 4 tires. Again, to be on the same strategy. So I'm going to get ahead of Junior here and then send it down pit road. And here we go. For the final stop of the day. We're going with 4 tires. We need the crew to step up here. All right, crew, it's your time to shine. Good stop. Perfect stop. I'm going to get right behind Junior. So the crew did their job. That was a good stop. And yeah, let's go win this thing. Oh, contact up here. I tried driving Matt Kenseth that he got stalled by Sterling Marlin, and I saw that coming. I got by both of them as the leaders are down pit road. We're off of turn 4. We're coming to 6 laps to go. Pit stops have cycled through. And it looks like we're going to cycle on the lead. I tried to drop with Kenseth to try to get that friendship up. But 6 laps to go. If we're not leading the Great American Race, as we get by Jimmy Johnson, Sterling Marlin's now up here. And now, with 5 3/4 laps to go, let's go win this race. Into turns 3 and 4, coming to the white flag, the Daytona 500, still leading the way. I've been keeping those cars behind me since. We just got by Ashton Lewis, who was the lapper. And it looks like we're going to have a finish, guys, as we're all before we're coming to the white flag. Let's see if I can put an RCR Chevrolet in the victory lanes. We got 1 lap to go in Daytona. Down the back straightaway we go. Michael Waltrip. I want to drop in here because I want to get a DEI card to finish behind me. 3 wide behind me into turns 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, Michael Waltrip trying to get around the outside. Not going to be enough. As I'm going to take the win in Daytona. Yes! It looks like Michael Waltrip finished second. Yes, he does. So I got an RCR driver and DEI car first and second. Let's go!
The yellow flag didn't fly at all at this one.
Well, that's good news for all these race teams because that can mean one thing. No major wrecks.
Ron Hornaday was the car to beat all race long.
Yeah, no doubt he deserves the victory. What an incredible race for all the guys on that team.
Ron Hornaday may have gained some respect from Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good to see drivers work together out there, even when they aren't teammates.
You love to see it. And now, let's go to victory lane. Man, what a great start. It's nice to finally get that trophy. There's all the friendships for the week. Those are all going to go next week for sure. And we are tied for the most laps led with Grandpa. So, hey, Grandpa and I gave each other 11 last week. This week, we lead the most laps. We led the most laps together. So, I guess the loving continues. I'm not sure, but we both led the most laps. Boob, last year's winner, finishes 4th. Tony Stewart 5th. They led a lap. Junior led 13. So good for him. Sterling Marlin also led a lap. Jimmy Johnson finishes 15th. He leads 2 laps. He started outside pole along with Junior. Great Biffle, rest in peace, finishes 35th. So hopefully everything goes well. Kyle Payne, 32nd. So good run for those guys. Michael Roots, 26th. So Elliott Sadler, 24th. One of my best friends. Dale Jarrett, 22nd. He was one of the best cars at Thunder 03. John Benson, 20th. Jeff Gordon, 18th. Not the best finish, but this first race has to be nothing. Although, next week in Atlanta is when the real season starts. Alright, so like I said, next week we're off to Atlanta. We'll look at the points, but like I said, the points don't matter after the first race. I'm up by 10 points on Grandpa. So, like I said, the points really don't matter. Like I said, next week is when it really matters. So, obviously, great friends here. You'd love to see it, particularly early in the year. Because like I said, building friendships in this race can be very important. Because we're going to be racing against these guys all season long. And like I said, core distance racing in this game, for those of you that play this game, are really tough. So, we'll see what happens on the awards. Just like last year, we'll look at the awards after each race, just like last year. So obviously, Junior gets the pole. I got most of these awards. Came from the back, worked their way up to the front of the field. Michael Brutes got Rookie of the Race. And Ryan Newman got the move of the race, so good for him. I thought I had the move of the race, although I made that 3-wide pass to win the race when Kenseth and Marlin collide. But it is what it is. So the Rookie of the Year is going to be the same thing as last year. So the polls are not going to be nothing this year because, again, we are racing for a championship because championships are important than all these little awards. The lap one, we ended up like 5th because, like I said, we were coming from the back. So we might have a chance to win it this year with me increasing the race length, but we'll see. You never know. So, that's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the season opener. Next Tuesday night, we are off to Atlanta, our first night race of the year. This is old Atlanta, and maybe this Atlanta night might be better than new Atlanta night currently, but you never know. But anyway, I'll see you all next week for Atlanta, and have a good day, everyone.